Unmute. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Twilight Trails, Episode 5, Hohokam Village Ruins. So last time, there was a blackmail note that a bunch of rat assassins delivered to the former home of the Owens boys, which is now technically Ash's home, thanks to common law inheritance or something. Finders keepers, Arizona dibs, I believe.
Arizona dibs.
After the note was dropped off and you read it, which asked for $50 delivered to the Ralstons, who are the aforementioned rat tamers from a couple episodes ago. Henry and Delilah, who I have all these boxes mixed up. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, I'm not Delilah.
No. Thought it was right, and then it wasn't.
Oh, no, it's the body switch episode.
There we go. I feel like that'd be better for Bubblegum Shoe. We should do that. Who Delilah and Henry started shooting at rats and ruining poor Ash's floorboards.
We shut up before.
They'll grow back.
Yep.
You got 1/16 of a basement.
And they decided to go hide out at the ruins, the Hohokam village ruins, where Henry knows that is a common hiding spot for outlaws. Delilah had found some books in one of the Owen boys' rooms, and they were un-Christian in nature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they had a note inscribed in them, which referenced the silver mine that the boys had found, which also led to their untimely deaths, and was signed by a friend in Castro Negro, which is a town about 40 miles north of Stone Garden. They explored the ruins a little bit and proceeded to find some just creeptastic creepiness. So, you all went to bed. Let me pull up something. Come on. Okay, can I get sanity checks from everyone, please?
Oh, shit. All right. Well, you didn't have to make it up all at once. Oh, interesting.
5 sanity checks now.
I didn't know that.
One after another.
Now for sanity checks, we want to roll above intelligence, correct?
You want to roll under your sanity score.
And then if you don't, that's when you want to roll.
That's when you want to roll
your
above your intelligence after you fail. You want to succeed
crap.
first. So you crap?
Oh, no.
Well, son of a bitch.
Well,
Sounds like
hell.
Great.
Okay. I'm assuming that's 3 failures.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, I have an 81 sanity, and I rolled a 94.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's my way.
Okay.
I have a 46, and I rolled myself a 58. So that's not
I
going to do.
have a 50, I rolled an 88.
Okay.
Wouldn't you know it, I'm the most unhinged one here already.
Everyone lose 1 sanity.
Okay, just like that, huh?
And you all dream.
No.
You see a flash of a strange stone obelisk. And as lightning cracks, you can see creatures dancing around the obelisk. They have they're almost like half human, half ape creatures. They have glowing green eyes, are covered in hair, and are stooped and shorter than humans, and they are dancing, worshipping this obelisk. And every once in a while, one of their gazes kind of crosses and almost seems to lock eyes with your perspective on this scene. And yeah, the sun starts to cross the horizon, and eventually light enters into the hidey hole where you guys are all staying.
Now, is there anything about the location of that dream that looked at all familiar? It was just a desolate landscape.
Let's see. Hold on a second.
I mean, I have standing stones written in one of my notes, so...
Also, do we not get our spoopy journal entry?
Oh, crap. You do. I'm sorry. Thank you for reminding me.
It was a cold open.
And now...
Cold open on a creepy dream, and now for a dramatic reading.
As the dream is coming to a close, the dramatic reading starts.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All very cinematic.
You can see in the distance, there are some small hills, and in the distance you can see a small town.
Okay.
It does not look like the landscape around Stone Garden, however.
Okay.
And let me read. Okay, sorry. A journal entry dated 1919. At this point, you might be wondering, what's the point? Why are you telling us all this? Alleged talking rats? Haunted ruins? The dead walking again? Can't this all just be explained away? A mad woman? Imagination gone wild? Some sort of disease or skin disorder? Go ahead. Convince yourself of that. But those are the delusions. Your eyes are closed to the truth, and we are all still in terrible danger.
Okay.
And you all wake up from your nightmare.
I'm in a sudden need of air. I go back out to the entry and exit chamber part.
Mm-hmm.
Just to feel unrestricted here, less trapped. Oh, my Lord. How did y'all sleep?
Terribly.
And terribly about sums it up.
Oh, well then, it is unanimous. Okay. Not usually one for nightmares, but sure had me one.
You had one too?
I sure did. It just, I wouldn't even know where it came from. Just a bunch of paganry around some stone items.
That sounds suspiciously familiar.
Wait, Henry, you too?
Apparently.
Oh no, I like that a whole lot less.
Well,
Oh, the devil is alive and well in Arizona, y'all. Okay.
Probably just some, I don't know, side effect of sleeping down in a big spooky hole, or maybe the rats gave us something. I don't know.
Okay. That's a bit of a leap. All of us having nightmares. That doesn't surprise me. All of us having the same nightmare. Now that's a concern. I need to be out of this hole, I think. And I've already busted my tailbone a couple times. I'm gonna go get my bindle.
Okay.
And then I look at my two prospects and wisely choose. Henry, can you just get me up the last couple rungs here just to get out?
sure can.
All right, thank you. And yeah, I get sea level.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have to collect or if they dally at all, I will lay out the books for when they get up there.
Okay.
I'll scoot on up after y'all.
I mean, yeah, I'm not worried about Ash falling down a ladder, so yeah, we're good.
So the two fellas climb their way up the ladder, and yeah.
I'm used to doing all my traveling in heels. I feel like this is the second character recently I've used that excuse with. I will present these books specifically starting with Ash, but to both of you. I found these in Elvin's Draws while I was looking for Elvin's Draws. These books here are distinctly unchristian and troubling, but most troubling is, and I kind of looked through all the receipts and whatever until I find the note that I actually think I might have been too dense to get when you were mentioning it live, but it became very clear on the re-listen that what seems to be explicit directions to get Elvin to go to the claim, what claimed him and his brothers.
Now, would I find this particularly unusual for Elvin, or was he kind of a curious?
He was certainly a curious guy, and he was very much into learning and books. That's one of the reasons why you two connected. You are a little surprised to hear him stray so far from science in a way. You know, one of the things you talked about was like engineering and kind of the natural order of things, Charles Darwin, like that kind of stuff, and like natural sciences and things like that. Kierkegaard came up a couple times. But yeah, so the fact that like these books are seemingly unchristian, unscientific does surprise you, yes.
Well, what? I'll kind of pick up the books and start flipping through them. Elvin was always the curious type, but he wouldn't want to stray far from science.
Oh, they do an okay job of guising themselves as mathematics and whatnot, but they quickly get into some very fringe ideas, including the Protestants and Catholics could perhaps make a peace, and it's not happening. But what disturbs me most is, and I'll make sure that Henry sees the slip that points to Sullivan's Gap, that pointed them boys to Sullivan's Gap, is that they were instructed from this bookstore in Castro Negro. Now, back when I thought I was just having a normal night terror, I assumed that the town in the background might be me conjuring up a spooky picture of a black castle. Considering you all had it, I can't rely on that explanation so much, but I still think of all the things that I feel any kind of responsibility for, them boys is the strongest pull on me. And to find that someone pointed them to that silver mine, it makes me feel a way.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Now, Henry, I know you mostly... Go ahead.
Henry is at this point still holding the note and just trying to sound out some of the larger words in his head. It's been a while since he's had to read anything.
He's like mouthing
Sullivans. Sullivans Gap. And well, Henry, I know your interest in the Owens boys was mostly money owed, so I don't know how driven you are to find the source of their woes, but I mean, it beats hiding in a spider hole in the desert.
I reckon most things do, especially this here hole.
Yeah. But you did say on neither of our maps, Conquistador nor Engine, Castro Negro was on neither of them, right? It was outside the...
It is a little outside the purview of the fairly limited scope of the maps. They're pretty local. Like, you'd say they go no further than like 5 miles away, and Castro Negro is like 40 miles. Yeah.
Right.
Would I have a map of it?
Yeah, certainly on one of your kind of greater territory of Arizona maps. It's a real small town, but yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, and that's fine by me because all those places on those maps are haunted by the devil anyway. So I suggest steering clear a town.
I second that.
And heading north a ways. Now it's more than a day. Are we rationed up for that much? Because if not, either myself or Henry can make town on the way. But I'm no good at fending for myself for days in the desert.
Ash, give me a luck check.
Okay. Do I need to get under my luck, I guess?
Yes.
All right. Got a straight 40.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I'm good.
Ash pulls out a rations for like a week.
Well.
Bless you, Ash, and all your crisps. All right, then.
I just packed what I normally do for work, so...
How much do y'all eat on that train?
I'm grown boy.
Well, we're on for 7 days, and then we get off for 7 days, so, you know.
Oh, that actually does. That does track.
Okay. So
I like that much better than me asking, so how well can I provide for several days for 3 people in a desert?
Hunting with a handgun is not as fun as it sounds. So
Rattlesnake. Rattlesnake.
Yeah, how do you all feel about cactus?
Just think of the prickles as it being spicy.
mm-hmm.
Smooth. Yeah. So you all gather up your horses who didn't seem to have nightmares. They seem fine.
Good for them.
And gather them up and start to you, because you have rations. You don't want to go back to Stone Garden, then just straight to Castro Negro.
I do believe that's wisest.
Okay.
Now I was about to make a disparaging statement about how dumb my horse is, but my horse, I believe we've established, went to college.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's just I'm not very good at
Yeah, I
riding.
know you're just a bad animal handler.
So take 3 tries to get on thinking, and
Goddamn.
and
Tries
point to
help,
which ways
is
I think it's
refused.
I'm a
I'd
modern
offer
woman.
to
I can
help,
do it.
but- I'd offer to help, but this is the best entertainment we've had in a couple of days.
Oh, okay. Keep laughing.
You're going around in a slow circle, one foot in a stirrup.
Oh, damn it. Thinking. Damn it.
How they do it in Georgia?
Do we have the car yet? I don't think we do. Still, these things are built to drag civilized vehicles behind them.
You can try and buy a cart somewhere.
Almost there. Oh, no, damn.
A
Almost-
buggy. A carriage.
Did they invent rollerblades?
I got it.
I don't
These
know.
damn trousers.
I don't know if that's so good in the desert. I think the wheels are too small.
Well, no, you get bigger wagon wheels on them.
Oh, okay, yeah, like monster truck rollerblades. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
They make those.
Oh,
shit.
man. Oh yeah, like beach roller skates. They do, don't they?
Also, mountain roller skates.
Mountain roller skating is a thing? That's awesome.
Sounds terribly dangerous.
Maybe they
so-
have penny farthings in Castro Negro. Right around. Civilized lady of the century.
Okay, so you all head off into the wilderness with Ash's. Like, what's your navigate skill? It's like 80, right?
My navigate is 80, yes.
Yeah, you're not going to get lost. So yeah, and it takes we'll say it takes 2 days to get there.
Right.
So y'all make camp. You have another nightmare.
Can I set traps for rats first?
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Anything you guys want to do at the end of the day before I nightmare you, let me know. So set traps for mesa squirrels, aka rats.
Oh, really? It would be any small game, but
Right.
like
Yeah,
most definitely mesa squirrels.
yeah, rat, snake. You're not picky, right? Okay.
Oh, I mean, I do a lot of praying.
Mm-hmm.
I want the good Lord's firm hand upon me, but it's not working.
Oh, you again?
Oh, right. The strumpet. Way to keep my word. You're doing great, hon.
I'm trying to think what. Let me look at a character sheet real fast. What would be a good check to set a trap?
I would say survival.
Oh yeah. So I'll take a survival.
I think we've
check.
already established we don't have much rope use, but rope use I can make an excuse for. Yeah, survival sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, there's literally a trap skill.
Oh, is there?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, in that case, I don't make it.
well,
I'd say survival isn't.
I still think survival is for like because if you were trying to make like a very complicated trap, I might ask for a trap skill. But
Yeah,
for
no,
like
I'm just trying to lay some snares.
yeah, exactly. I think that's survival.
If
In
you were
that
making
case, that's a hard
Cthulhu
success.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, you'll catch enough fresh meat for like a nice hearty breakfast and lunch probably. For all three of you. The horses can eat trail rations, so I don't think they're big on squirrel anyway.
Oh, no, these are
surprised.
carnivorous. So-
You would be surprised.
I would be.
So, during the night, can I get sanity checks again, please?
No.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Yes. For the Lord is with me, I'd have you know.
Okay.
Nope.
So, one sanity success. Jay failed. Henry, sorry. And
22.
well, Henry, you alone have the following nightmare. You are sleeping in a what looks like your room back in town, and you hear like an incessant scratching at the door. And you can you see yourself get up and investigate, and every time you do, there's nothing at the door, but you just can't. As soon as you lay back down, you hear a scratching, and the last time you get up, you kind of glance out the window, and you can see just giant green eyes glowing back at you, and that's when you wake up. And you lose one sanity.
All right, so we don't even have the nightmare, or not that we remember it at least.
Right.
All right. Yeah, you can't mega succeed on sanity, can you?
No.
No. All right.
I've cured all my phobias.
You rolled a 1, set your sanity to 99.
I don't have to double check if the candles are out. Of course they're out. Did it earlier.
Okay.
Did I leave the gas on? Oh wait, ovens are still wood-fired.
Yes. They'll all turn themselves off eventually. All right, well, prayer works. The power of prayer, y'all. That's what I learned.
Yeah,
Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
It must have just been that hole, because I slept through the night.
So that one was not another group adventure.
Did you have a nightmare?
Yep.
Was it about dancing around stone idols?
Just a scratching door and eyes. Big, not like people-sized eyes, like big ones out a window.
Green?
Yep.
Like bear-sized? Or...
No.
Bigger than a bear, you'd probably say.
Maybe like the eyes themselves were about the size of a bear.
Okay.
Okay, well, that does sound like a nightmare.
Well, let's get it done. Is there anything in my understanding of psychophysics that would explain our nightmares?
Yeah, can you give me a psychophysics check?
Sure. Oh, dang. I have an 80 and I rolled an 82. And I could spend luck, but I don't actually expect there to be an earthly reason, so no, I'm not going to do that.
You
I'm just
could
going to accept my failure.
You can also push the roll if you'd like. Since you have such a high chance of...
Yeah, but I actually kind of like... I agree with the dice there. No,
Okay,
Marty, there's no earthly reason. We're having nightmares because of Cthulhu. So, no. I accept my failure. I already have a check mark next to that one anyway.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. In the morning, Henry can unclog his traps of their game.
Rabbits and what's nuts?
Yeah, rabbits and a snake and some rats. And yeah. You all have a much heartier breakfast than the last couple of days, and would you like to head up? Just continue traveling?
Yeah.
I mean, or we could stay here, because here's been so pleasant.
I'm sensing some sarcasm from you there, Henry.
A little bit.
Oh. I'm educated, I get it. All right. Well, north again.
Okay.
Gotta be hitting those old Twilight trails.
Hey, said the thing.
We did it. We did it, y'all.
Roll credits.
Okay. So, as you all continue to go through town, or to go towards the town, the land starts to get a little hillier, and indeed, as you are approaching this town, you see in the distance, on top of one of the hills, the obelisk from your nightmare.
No.
Oh.
No.
No. Okay.
We say no and we go home.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody.
No, and I pretend not to see it.
Just,
Oh, hell yeah, we can do that too.
I don't know them.
Down.
I don't know that. Oh. Is that a sanity check?
I like the way you think. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Stop trying to drive me insane.
I'm pretty sure that's the point
I'm
of this
doing
game.
enough of that on my own.
All right, that's a 7. That's a 37. I made it. Not by much.
Oh no.
Poor Jay. Poor Henry's having a hard couple of days.
Well, it can be a slippery slope too, yeah.
Ash, how do you do?
I got a 10.
Okay. Henry, lose one more sanity.
Well, it is a lot, Henry, and I am stuffing all of these used devil tissues in the purse of the Lord. I'm just crumpling them all down there in the bottom. In a couple more years, psychophysics will call it repressing, and I like it.
For now, we just call it storing it for later.
That's right.
What would you all like to do? You can see the obelisk, and there is a small town beyond it.
Do we see any
I would
creepy
like to gain
creatures,
my sanity
dancing
back, but I
around?
don't think shooting the obelisk is going to do me any good.
Pew pew.
Well, if you kill it.
Yeah.
Now, like, is it a
You can
big...
knock it over.
Like, is it a... When I think of an obelisk, I'm kind of thinking plinth-like. It's big, it's tall, it's pointy at the top.
Yeah, so it's about 10 feet tall. And it's now that you can see it in broad daylight, it's rather crudely carved, but it is, kind of classic Egyptian obelisk. It's kind of a little wider at the bottom, tapers towards the top, and then has a pyramid on the top of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, about 10 feet tall. And that's all you can see from here.
Can we tell what kind of material it's made out of from here, or?
It just looks. It looks like some kind of stone from here.
But like the same kind of stone as the surrounding landscape? Is it sandstone-ish kind of like thing, or is it a separate? Does it look like it was put here, or does it look like it was carved?
It looks like it was carved.
Does that make sense?
Oh,
Okay.
It looks like it was carved.
Okay.
And do we have any dynamite left, or did we blow it all up in the mine? 'Cause
No,
I
you-
remember blowing it all up in the mine.
You have some dynamite left. There was a lot of dynamite there.
Cool.
I'll say you have 2 sticks of dynamite left.
Jay, you can kill it.
I mean, yeah, but then I also have to get close to it.
It's true. That is true. Well, maybe we can do that as our big FU going home. Like, we can just... fuck your Neanderthal tower. No, yeah, let's ride into town.
Okay. So
Got my eye on you, though. Obelisk.
I'll have you know my use shotgun's quite high.
As is my library usage.
So as you
Don't-
do,
You rock, I'll hide from you.
you can see a fairly small little town. It's you'd say it's more established than Stone Garden is. This looks like it's been here for a bit longer, and it's clearly wearing its Spanish influences on its sleeve. Lots of adobe buildings and stuff like that. You can see a... Sorry, go ahead.
Is it walled in?
It is not walled in. Oh, actually, you know
Okay.
what? No, it is not
Wondering
walled in. No.
Okay.
You can see a small little mission, a little chapel. You pass by a hotel. It looks like there's a bar. A couple.
Good, that was my question.
A couple big mansion-looking buildings. You pass something that looks like it's a library, actually, like a real bona fide library. Bless you.
Bless you. And bless me.
A tobacco shop, a general store.
All we need is a train station. This town's perfect.
We're living here now. That's how this adventure ends.
And yeah, that's what you can see from just kind of quickly walking through the town, and a couple townsfolk here and there walking around. They kind of look at you a little strangely. They don't often get visitors, it seems.
The mission's Catholic, I presume?
Looks like it, yeah.
Gross. Okay. I do actually generally keep my head under my hat because I am trying to pass as a fresh-faced 17-year-old boy to the best of my ability. And that won't work at about 10 paces or less. Maybe 8 paces or less. I'm probably a little desert tossed right now.
Yeah.
Dirty face.
Sand is the great equalizer. I've always said it.
You can kind of rub it on like your chin and lower area to make it look slightly beardish.
Yeah, like I got a little. Okay, well, there's no proper house of the Lord here, so I don't know where to go with my worries but the bar.
Okay. To the bar then?
Yeah, we don't see a bookshop off the main drag, do we?
Where's the bookshop?
But I do see a library. That excites me.
You do. You don't see... Oh, you do see a bookshop. It looks like it's down the street from the bar.
Okay.
Perfect.
Across from the chapel. I mean, the
It
town
all
kind of
makes sense now.
the town's kind of built around the chapel, so everything's sort of across the street from the chapel. Conspiracy, Freemasons.
All right, Twitch. I gotta interrupt the stream for a moment. The ad that I got when I reloaded the stream was for the Omen obelisk computer.
Okay, well, it's been... Not today, Satan. Not today. Nope. Close it down.
I'm gonna make a sanity check.
Satan's just gonna get mad you keep canceling on your plans with him.
Yep.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, no. Well, broadcasting live from the Plains of Lang, it's your boy.
Don't forget to smash that like button before you go irrevocably insane.
Andy Honleith. Yeah.
Driven
Twitch
mad,
Neblazine.
driven mad by something truly unknowable. Targeted advertising. Anyway.
Yeah. That's terrible.
The scariest thing of all.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, our water is fresh out the body, warm piss, and we could use some trail refreshment before we get to making a plan about how to approach. I think.
So you want to get some cold piss water, is what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Well, when you put it like that, you weirdo.
Henry is already in the bar.
Okay. Here we go.
As soon as Delilah mentioned it, it was just like, oh, we're going to the bar, okay.
Yeah, so you approach an old adobe building. Looks like it's probably about 100 years old. One story. And walking in, yeah, it's got about 12 tables. You can see there's a back room, and there is a tall man with black hair, bright green eyes, and you'd say he probably is Native American, at least partially. And he kind of stands up straight when you all come in, and he nods at the bunch of empty tables.
Okay. Here you go. Find one. Any gaming or whoring being done here?
Yeah, what particular flavor of this bar? Is it a fighting bar? Is it a brothling bar?
Is it the king
all-
or is it the... What was the other one called?
King, Calico Cat, and Slow Horse. That is the nice bar, the brothel, and the rough bar in order.
Yeah,
I have my notes in priority, apparently.
Yeah, this is more just like a bar. Like, this is probably the towny bar, so it's kind of... There's not any whore in here. If there is gambling, it's kind of bring your own. It's people will play cards here or whatever. And if there are fights, there probably are. There just aren't a lot of people here. It looks like there's one kind of sad town drunk already deep into his cups here, but that's about it.
I mean, yeah,
fights are
Old West
also-
Bar. It's
Damn.
not the same without one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the mayor.
Oh, shoot.
Possibly.
He always says that. But yeah, would you like to sit near the town drunk, or at a distinct, separate further away table.
I think we probably want our own space to speak a little freely.
Okay.
What level of drunk is the town drunk right now, though? Because if we can catch some incoherent rambling before we hit passed
That's
out on
what
the
I was
bar.
Oh, that's a good point. Any fishmen or
Desert
other
fish,
unlikely sights? Salamander people.
He's not. Looks like he's got about 3 cups in front of him. He's probably not too far gone yet.
Still early in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, and 2 days and some change is a hell of a lot of time. Flipping through these books anymore, is there any unifying theme other than kind of fringe theories of math and philosophy?
Yeah, they're
What
kind
point
of
to un-Christianity?
yeah, they're kind of 3 wildly different fringe theories
Yeah.
on. So it's Delilah may or may not find it an interesting point of view on the world, but no, it's just a lot about opening your mind, the possibility of supernatural occurrences that aren't even necessarily tied to God. A couple of them mention a couple times, and ungodly ideas and things like that.
No, it all does leave a bad taste. At least the great Kierkegaard still bothers to give credit. Thank you very much. All right. Shoot. We didn't see any Protestant establishment coming into town.
No, sorry.
Nope, that's all right. It plays my character's dumb prejudice against her, though, because, well, now we have no allies in this town.
The bartender will come up to you and kind of sternly nod and ask you all what you're having.
Whatever beer you have passes closest to water.
You know, he'll nod and say he'll tap the Rockies for you.
That sucks. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I'll have the
Yeah.
same.
Mm-hmm.
On chat suggestion, I would like to order 1 booze, please.
The special, of course. And he'll go behind the bar, and it looks like he goes down some stairs. And he'll come back up with a couple bottles. They're actually even a little cool to the touch.
Yeah, shoot.
And
See, this is why we were shooting your floor last episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, they have a proper cellar here. That's nice.
and put down the 3 bottles for you, and collect your money, and say he'll tell you if you need anything. His name's Bert, and he'll be behind the bar.
Bert, before you go, couldn't help but notice on our way in the giant stone obelisk.
Yeah. Always been there. Just don't know much about it.
Do you know anybody that might here in town?
Let's think.
Would you miss it if it left?
He says there are some folk in the town who are attached to it. You don't want to be doing anything like that without talking to What's his name? I would tell you his last name, but like everybody in this town has this last name. Bernando.
Fernando.
Bernando.
Bernando.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bernardo. I can read.
No, Bernando.
Bernando. I was like, Bernando is an awfully odd name. Bernardo is a much more common name.
Nope, Bernando's what his name is now. Is Bernando the mayor? Is he?
He'll say.
Is Bernando the mayor?
Yep. Got a cold, friend? Yeah, he'll say as close as what passes for one around here.
And where might we find him?
Usually in his estate. Doesn't necessarily like to be bothered, but sometimes he's in a okay mood. He'll point down the street and say, "There's a bookstore, knows a little bit about local legends, and you can always talk to."
Say.
And he'll nod at the town drunk, and he said, "And James always has some theories on goings on."
Who runs the bookstore, friend?
Weird little guy named Juan.
You know, I saw he had a library. Not that I like reading. Don't cotton to it myself.
He'll spit on the ground. Yeah, he'll say, yeah, brand new, state of the art.
Okay.
Installed one whole Dewey Decimal System.
Mm-hmm. He'll say, I don't know, some grant from some rich Easterner.
I spit on the ground, but I'm not very good at it, so it just kind of dangles too long. And
You wanna...
Henry does his best to compose himself and not just bust a gut immediately.
Kind of... You want a whiskey for that cold, son?
yeah, sundown somewhere.
He'll go back downstairs and bring a bottle of whiskey for the table.
I think I'm really pulling it off. Doesn't suspect a thing.
You're doing great, hon.
Thank you.
They don't teach acting in college, do they?
No. No, there's a lot of women playwrights yet, so there's not a lot of roles for it. Quite a lot of chances to die or suicide, or that's it mostly. While he's gone, can I read this handwritten note that calls out the Sullivan's Gap and whatnot? Is there any part of that I realize I was getting a little too English there. Is there any part
I was
of
about
that?
to say, you just traveled vocally.
Yes. No.
Or if it's intentional.
You play a lot of British characters.
I do. No, is there any part of that looks like Juan?
Give me a psychology roll to try and understand handwriting.
Okay.
The burgeoning art of handwriting analysis.
Well, it was not a good roll, but I did get it though. It was a 70 and I have an 80.
Okay. You would say it looks, kind of staring at it now, it's too long to be Juan. It looks more like it might be Bertnando. Is that what we're calling him? Bertnardo? What are we calling him? Bernando.
Oh, okay. Squint at that a little extra then, okay. Is it just me, or does this look like... Thank you for the whiskey, friend. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, kind of plop it on the table and walk back over to his post by the bar and continue leaning.
Cleaning the one glass.
Yeah. If he's got time to lean, he's got time to clean. Someone should talk to his manager.
Right. No, then show everyone the note again and ask if I'm crazy that don't look like Fernando.
That little scribbly bit there?
Well, yeah, is that
I think I can make out a B.
right? And then it's too long.
I don't know how you spell Juan.
Yeah,
Well, that's I've never had
That
this
looks like-
before.
But I suppose it'd be shorter than Bernando. I can't say it without laughing.
Once again, we may call it Cthulhu.
Andy, if this was supposed to be the name of the big bad villain for this particular segment, I in no way apologize.
No,
This is
it's my
fantastic.
fault for not being able to read Bernardo.
I'm trying to think, like, just how ignorant I would be.
Spell
Like, do I
Juan.
know that they have silent J's, or am I like a W? It starts with a W. for
Yeah,
sure.
do you have any Spanish?
No, but I think she is just the type of annoying white person who likes to be able to
probably.
say her pleases and thank yous and such.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I think at this point it wouldn't be terribly uncommon. You've been in the South.
Yeah,
You've been in the Southwest long enough too.
yeah, and like the idea that eyes are silent and stuff would not be a surprise to me in other languages. So, okay, I'm going to say that she does know that it's likely to start with a J.
Maybe Ash will think that start with a W because I haven't been out here as long.
Nah, it starts with an H.
Pretty sure it starts
okay.
with a W.
Okay, I see it.
It
Yeah.
has that huh sound at the start.
It does have a Hawan. Well, we know where the books came from, and Bernardo's kind of the master of the town.
Mayor, yeah.
I think it's just, well, not quite, right?
Yeah, that was real weird.
Yeah,
You
He
either
lives
are the
somewhere
mayor or you
fancy
aren't.
enough to call it an estate. He's in charge.
yeah.
Fair
Which is
enough.
why I kind of deferred to Master. If you're just rich enough, especially in more Spanish towns, law kind of leans towards money even a little bit more than we're used to.
There's another law?
Fair point. Certainly the silver mines make all the laws where we're coming from. I just don't know what the business is up here. So, do we feel like marching straight there and demanding answers? Because I don't. I think that's where we're going to find them, but I don't.
Sounds like he doesn't take too kindly to people just waltzing in his estate.
Yep.
Sounds like we might need to make an appointment or something. Not sure.
Does make me wonder a little bit if I'm not better served being a woman again. Oh, Henry, I got you this whiskey, by the way.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Now we can do Arizona dibs.
Finally. This bar's ours now.
Well, we've got someone that we can be asking about the obelisk right over there.
I can all but guarantee it's going to be some form of crazy comes out of that man. But yeah, we do.
When
only
was the
gonna-
last time we encountered some form of not crazy? Is my question to you.
Yeah, and it's only gonna get crazier as the day goes on.
I do wish I could tell you days in the plural, but I can't. So, fair's point.
It's been 0 days since our last weird, unexplainable shit.
All right. Well, I elect Henry to go talk to the drunk because
I agree with that.
Oh, I never was the talking one. Aw.
well, that's as much why.
I can try.
I feel like you're the most at his social level.
Are you
And
calling
certainly-
me drunk? Because you're right.
Certainly, there's a compliment in there.
Let me know if you can find it.
We'll get right on that while you're gone.
Okay. What would you like to do, Henry?
He's gonna sit and think and just like, if he's the town crazy person, then he'll probably just be happy to have someone listen to him ramble willingly. He'll just walk up, sit down next to him, buy him a drink. So what's with that big rock up there?
His eyes will kind of go wide as if to say, finally, someone who wants to talk about it. And he'll say, yeah, them disappearance. Thereabouts were sacrifices by their old boys. Castro Negro, there's lights, dancing in the hills if you go up theirs. The wrong nights you can hear awful yelling and screaming on the screaming ain't just Jesse kids having fun. No. I seen them. And I seen what comes with them. And what comes with them out to Shepherd's Barn. I knew you don't believe me. I don't care. You don't care. You don't know nothing. You climb up them foothills on the Shepherd Barn. You see what you think then. Take a gander at the old Diaz vault. Then you'll know it ain't just this drunk talking. Oh, a drink. Slam down another shot. And he'll kind of get real close to you, Henry, and be like, I know all about it.
I didn't hear that. You cut out a bit.
I say, I know all about it.
Oh, Jesus, hold me. I'm pretty sure he made the most sense of anyone on this stream so far. Shoot.
I'm starting to wonder if the drinking ain't the result of all these goings-ons.
It's a good way to deal with my problems.
That is the most sense Henry thinks anyone has said throughout this entire adventure.
It's a real safe long-term solution.
No negative side effects that we know of.
No.
It's normal to bleed a little in your pee.
I got the wandering eye. I can deal with it. If anyone would like me to repeat any of that without my mumbling or accent, let me know.
Actually, I think I
wrote
got a fair
down-
amount of it.
Okay, good.
Just that last bit did fall off, but no, yeah, I
Got-
think.
Shepherd's Barn, did he have an actual name for the obelisk?
No, but he did kind of talk around it by saying the dancing and the lights, which matches up with your first nightmare. So he doesn't know what the obelisk is. He just knows that he claims there are sacrifices by it.
I also
Right,
heard,
some form of disappearance.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Which, after he says that, Delilah, you kind of, your head clicks. Something you remember about Castro Negro is there was someone who disappeared from here, a visitor. It was in the newspaper a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you did say I reckoned something about it at the time. Just okay. Right. An Easterner?
An Easterner, yeah.
Okay.
And then
Some
he
sort
said
of
that
academic.
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry, that was it. Some Easterner academic.
And
then
now they have a library.
Yeah.
And you
It's
said
a shame Henry's not that smart.
he said that you go up to where and you'll see.
Shepherd's Barn?
Shepherd's Barn, I assume that's just the name of the plateau or whatever rock formation the obelisk is on.
Okay.
And he also said, take a gander at the old Diaz vault.
That's the one that I was thinking.
The Diaz Vault?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you also did see a barn coming into town. He could mean that, literally the barn.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was just like Jay was kind of suggesting, it's just a hillock, what looks like a barn or something.
Yeah,
like...
But it could also be that, but just to... You did see a barn coming into town.
Like, trust me, that is how a lot of rock formations get their names.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
All right.
And that's how you have Devil's Pecker, Colorado or something, for sure.
I mean, the one that I was thinking of that was a little more, tamely named is Castle Rock.
Oh, yeah?
That big rock looks like a castle. Call it Castle Rock. Let's put a town near it. Call it Castle Rock.
Genius.
Put a road in it. Call it Castle Rock.
Put a Stephen King show there. Call it Castle Rock.
Oh, shoot, we can't write you enough checks. Well, all right. We do have a few leads, let's call them. All right, we have the bookstore, which other than the fact that they trafficking unchristian tomes, I kind of feel like they might even be a bit of a red herring, but I don't think they're a bad place to start. I'm a little worried that Bernardo is going to be hard to gain access to, but might be the true villain of the piece. But we might be able to get more access to Shepherd's Barn or the Diaz Vault. V-A-U-L-T? Okay.
Yes.
Which, again, I'm assuming is a rock formation, but might actually be like a secured...
Is there a bank in this town? Does it have a name?
Safety deposit box or something that he's rambling crazy about.
You didn't see a bank, no.
Oh, Henry would know this place if it were a bank. Oh, no, wait. He rubs trains.
Yeah.
I guarantee
Maybe there's
it's Wells Fargo.
Smaller banks, but mostly train.
It's Wells Fargo
That's
or
it.
Pinkerton's.
Some trains have vaults.
That's true. That's true. All right. Amble comically up to Bert.
He'll nod at you.
Hey there, Marky. Where can a young man get to hoard in this town. Yep, what?
Do you need a handkerchief, son?
No thanks. Just let my bottle of humors fly everywhere. Like a man.
Spit out some tobacco and he'll say, uh-huh. He'll say, not much whoring in this town, no.
Oh, that's a shame. It's perfectly legitimate enterprise. Hold on. And we'll back to the bar. Damn. Or back to the table. Yeah, well, I'm out of ideas. Damn. I was actually just hoping for a change of clothes. Okay, Oh, it's British again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you immediately win.
I can't keep switching voices. I had to practice. All right.
Did we see like an inn or anything, or is there like rooms at this bar?
Yeah, there did look like there was a hotel.
Well, did we want to go and see if we can get a room at the hotel?
Do we want to go poke the hotel first and see if it is trustworthy, or if we would like to still sleep outside?
That also.
Because apparently people go missing in this town when they aren't from it.
Oh, well. Yeah, that is something. I don't know how much better we fare outside it either. We can go missing from any kinds of place, but the hotel might be more suspicious than that because it made the newspaper, which meant they weren't campers. Well, let's make a decision, damn it. I want to check out the bookstore. If we want to do the hotel first, that's fine by me.
If y'all want to go check out the bookstore, I ain't much for reading. I'll take a look at the estate. Not go in it. Not touch it. Not poke it. Look at it.
Okay.
So you want to go to the big villa house?
Yeah, and just kind of get...
Case it?
Yeah, case it. Just casual walk by.
Okay. Delilah's going to go to the bookstore. And Ash, do you want to go with one of them or do something different?
Well, I am awful curious about the books that my friend was getting into, so I guess I'll go to the bookstore.
Okay. D4 then. Okay. Let's see who we follow first. Nope. Okay. So y'all settle up your tabs. The town drunk is kind of like, yeah, y'all know I'm right, and just kind of immediately leans back in his chair, and you can hear him snoring.
Problem is, we think he is right, and that's the concerning part.
Okay, so
He is doing me a concern.
Henry ambles outside and starts to walk towards the villa as Delilah and Ash go just down the street to the bookshop. Let's see.
The tomb.
The tomb. So
Yeah, and I want to make sure that I take the note from Bernardo out. But there were like receipts and such from the tomb. I'd like to keep them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they were not cheap books either.
Right, but make sure the the potentially incriminating note is separate.
So heading to the villa, Henry. It's a bit of a walk. It's a decent distance from town. It's take you about 10 minutes to walk there. And it is unlike any of the other buildings in town in that it is made of black stone. And as you get a little closer, it looks like it almost looks like it's been abandoned, but looking around, you can occasionally see what look like guard dogs patrolling the premises. And if you do kind of fix your eyes on one, they're like giant Doberman pinschers, just kind of prowling the premises. But other than that, it looks like a 2-story mansion made of black stone. There's a picture of it in this. And it looks like it's in terrible disrepair. Let's see if that will kind of show up.
Real spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Real spooky.
Real Scooby-Doo spooky.
And it doesn't have any, like, sort of balcony or anything on the second story, or...
Let's see.
Pretty scary place for a man named Bernardo.
Yeah, windows. Windows for sure. No balcony. There's a tree close to one of the windows, but no balcony.
Okay. Just kind of find somewhere to just sit for a minute, watch. Hopefully not, like, conspicuously watch, like I'm not right at the front door staring at the house, but just try to see if there's other signs of activity.
Okay. So
like, people.
Okay. Let's see. Can I get a spot hidden check, please?
You may not.
Another sanity check.
No? Okay. So you keep looking at the building, but your eyes just keep settling on those just mean-looking dogs, and there are 4 of them, and they're real big. And
4 of them, you say?
Yeah. So you don't see any other sign of activity, but they're like straight up like trained guard dogs, so somebody's there. You just don't see any activity or anybody else.
Well, that's the big thing I was looking as if there were other things guarding that were, alive.
No, just the 4 dogs.
Okay. Make my way back to meet up with them at the bookstore.
Okay. So you all enter the bookstore. And as soon as you do, you enter it's a tiny little shop, and it's immediately terribly cluttered. In the window, you can see a statue of some kind of terrible looking, like, demon almost. You'd say it's Eastern of some kind, and not like East Coast. I mean like Eastern, like
Oriental.
Oriental, yes. from the Orient. And yeah, there's a little sign that says the tomb, proprietor Juan Diaz.
Oh, well.
Huh.
There's a name I haven't heard for a long time. Okay.
And looking around you, it's just cluttered with a lot of vaguely occult-looking stuff, and kind of the first thing that strikes you is, this is like a small-ass town in the middle of nowhere. How is this a thing? It's 1869. Nice. Like,
Nice.
you're just kind of immediately struck by, well, this is weird. And then can I get spot hidden rolls from the two of you, please?
I mean, they have a library.
Not much of a spotting hidden. You don't mean use library? Hidden.
I got a 38. So that would
Got
be
the same chance everybody else has. I got a 36, so I miss. Because
Okay.
I only had the natural 25.
And did you miss as well, Ash?
Yeah.
Okay. Ow, I'm not having you do that. Okay. As you all are kind of poking around, Delilah, you got the lower spot hidden, right?
Perhaps I got 36.
30. Oh, Ash got the lower spot hidden, 38.
Yeah.
Okay. Ash, you are suddenly startled by a tall, gaunt man with gray hair and green eyes. And he's just kind of awkwardly smiling at you as he, like, peers out from a stack of books. And says, "Welcome."
Terribly sorry. Jeez, I didn't see you there.
Oh. Yes. I do sometimes just blend into the background. I've been here so long. You know what they say, start to look like the things you sell.
Really is your place then? I take it that you're the Juan Diaz?
I am indeed.
That says Juan.
Oh, honey.
No, we've already established on the educated one.
Yeah, and
Been more of a ha! I knew it.
and Juan will say, "How may I assist you? We have many interesting items. Don't get many outsiders until. Usually sell to a select clientele, but always happy to stock if I have what you need."
All right, so this is just wall to wall, batty occult shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this isn't like Juan Select here. This is just straight up what
Come
they're
get
selling.
you crazy.
All right.
You said you don't get many outsiders? Do you sell it to the people in town?
Yes.
Pretty good business, I take it.
Oh,
You
quite.
seem to be doing quite well.
Quite. Several people are most interested in strange and new items. I source them from all over the world.
Well, what about Elvin Owens? He's an outsider. And he found himself in possession of a fair number of your wares.
Can't say I'm familiar with the boy. He has good taste, though.
I will kind of loudly put 3 volumes in front of him and be like, for instance,
Oh, no. I would not have sold such fine books to a Mr. Owens, you said?
well, yes, Elvin
No, these were...
Owens of Stonegarden.
Yeah, he'll kind of flip through his records and say, no, special order from Bernardo.
Do you mean Bernardo? It sounds stupid the way you said it.
Yes, of course.
So, you don't know any Elvin Owens at all?
No, I can't say I've ever heard of the lad.
You don't have any clientele from Stonegarden at all?
Ugh, no.
Okay. Well, I kind of agree, but still feel like I have to defend it.
Bunch of plebes.
Well,
Real
they just opened up a school, I'll have you know.
real pedestrian.
Okay. Well, we can't all afford occult bookshops in 1869. Nice.
Nice.
Kind of nice.
But, well, we can all agree on that at least. So then, because I do happen to have the receipts, Juan Diaz, and I will lay them out. So, who did purchase these books? They certainly came from your establishment.
Oh, they
recognize.
He'll say yes. But I sold them to Bernardo.
Yeah, he just said that he special ordered them.
Nando. Well, how is it that we can make an appointment to see Bernardo?
Oh, I don't know if that will be possible.
You've certainly made deliveries for him, or does he come and pick them up?
He sends someone.
A servant, a wife, a mistress,
A dog.
a deliberately appointed Doberman.
He will say that. Sorry, he misspoke. He delivers them to the Casa de Diaz.
I'm sorry, it's Bernardo Diaz?
Yes.
Any relation?
He'll say yes. Small town. Most of us are Diaz's or oh boy. Vieja Peria. I took a fucking year of college Spanish and I got nothing.
Oh, college even. You want to put it in chat? I might have a.
Yeah, it's Vieja. And then it looks like Perrier to me. It's Pereira.
Well, I want to say it's Pereira, but that's the Portuguese version of it. So Pereira or something. There's probably an extra.
Let's say Vieja Pereira.
Okay.
Pereira. I think that's as good as it's one I can pronounce it. 2.
All right.
Vieja Pereira. Yeah, he says that lots of people in town are either Diaz's or Vieja Pereiras.
So we're cousins then, or?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we do find ourselves in need of a meet with Bernardo. Any way we could see him more socially, or is it just by appointment?
Oh, just appointment. Very busy. Very important.
Yeah, is he the mayor?
Well, in a manner of speaking, he is the, don't quite elect mayors, but the Diazes have always run this town.
Well, which ones?
Well,
See, we're running.
Bernando. Comes from a long line of Bernandos.
I was hoping you'd say that. You did not disappoint. Thank you.
Oh man, someone just called Cthulhu already. Okay, well,
I got a 72 to call Cthulhu.
well, depending on what your score is, that's not good.
No.
That suggests you don't even have his number.
With
Fucking
you rolling
a 90,
anything,
it's even
you
worse.
get 100, you get his number.
Yeah. 555 Cthulhu.
That's a 9. I have Cthulhu's number.
9, you have Cthulhu on speed dial.
Yeah. Just garbage rolls.
What?
But yeah, he'll
Hey, me too.
What do you know about the new library?
kind of some
Oh,
damned Easterner. Outsiders. Not that there's anything wrong with outsiders.
present company excluded, I'm sure.
You seem lovely.
Well,
Now he'll kind of
it wouldn't be that boy what went missing, would it?
no, he'll say
Okay.
no, some railroad man.
Cast askance at Ash and that.
A railroad?
Yeah,
man?
he will say librarian is another cousin. He's fine.
Okay, he's another DS.
Yes.
Is
I'm getting a whole lot of flavors of Innsmouth from this town, and I do not like it.
The bartender was also a DS.
I was gonna ask.
old Bert. And which of the cousins runs the library?
Ephraim.
Ephraim. But wait, you said he's from out east.
No, it was set up by a grant from an Easterner. He's the librarian, though.
Oh, I see. I see. I don't see. How is it you got so interested in such unchristendom, Juan?
Kind of look at you a little funny. And he'll say, well, it's just interesting, isn't it? So much about the world we don't know. So many different points of view. So much unexplained.
I admit to a small naughty thrill at the idea of such dark interests, but there's no way forward, Juan, and I don't care for them, so I have the receipts. Can I turn these in for a store credit, or what's your return policy?
Have they been out for more than 60 days?
My return policy is very strict.
Well,
You're taking them to the
receipts.
bathroom with you.
Yeah, that's... Are there pages missing? He will say, oh, I'm terribly sorry. No returns. No. Plus, you could have read them already. This isn't a library. Disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I shall not be needing them any further. I did read fairly well into it, and John D. is a fool and a blasphemer. So, Delilah out. And I shall step out to get some fresh air.
He fights the Justice League to a standstill.
Fair, I say, as I walk out.
Okay, yeah. Delilah walks out. Henry? I mean, Ash?
Did Delilah collect the books before leaving?
I was under the impression she left them.
Yeah, no, she did not. You certainly may.
I'll start to gather them up and just be like, I'm sorry about her. She's been out in the desert a couple days. You know how it gets.
Oh, that's okay. Can I interest you in anything? More books, perhaps? You seem a learned fellow.
Well, you wouldn't be incorrect there. Say that my interests are more scientific, though. Mechanical, even.
Kind of nod and say, yes. No. I understand. Perhaps the library will be more your speed.
I'd spit, but these are my floors.
Just had one question before I leave. I find it kind of curious that y'all in town seem to be quite into this cult business, but you still have a going church out here?
Oh, he will say, well, blessed be in the eyes of our Lord. Kind of very awkwardly make the symbol of the cross.
I think it's up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start.
Right. Y'all go there often, or?
Oh, every Sunday.
And they take kindly to this kind of stuff?
Anything.
Yeah, he will say, the father is most interested. A hobby of his as well.
Wow.
He dismisses it all as simple superstition, but wants to know the blasphemer's point of view, as he says. We all get a good laugh out of it.
As we sacrifice Easterners by our pagan stone.
I mean, have a complimentary mint.
All right.
Call
Motherfuckers
them
need Jesus in your heart.
complimentary.
Oh, Ash, they're gonna sacrifice you next.
How far east are you from?
Not as far as most.
Boo. Yeah, and he'll kind of, with the same kind of plastered on grin he's had this whole time, look at you as, and ask if he can do anything else for you.
Well, if one were to want like a beginner's guide to all this, what would you suggest?
And he will kind of point at the 3 books you just laid on the line for him, and he'll say, these are an interesting start. They put it in terms most educated people can grasp. Just talks about the beauty of mathematics and the intersection of other things. Astrology, that sort of thing.
Let's see.
No copies of Great Old Ones for Dummies lying around?
Oh, somewhere.
So you'd
My
say
blasphemous idols, hold on.
So you'd say this is a good starting point, these books right here?
Yeah, he'll say, if you are interested.
All right, I'll just be taking these back then, and I'll get back to you once I got through them.
Oh, please do come back. Everything's for sale, after all.
Yeah. back out slowly.
Goodbye. Please call again. Okay. And as you back up and Delilah's kind of dusting off her pants, you can see Ash has started to walk back into town from his little sojourn to the Villa estate. Henry, damn it. I don't know why I'm doing this practice. 5 episodes in.
Twice. You haven't done
Twice.
Any other episode?
No, exactly. That's what I mean. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's the Cthulhu. It's getting to you.
I failed that sanity check earlier.
You did. You did. Too. That's why my accent's all over the place too. Surely. Wait, you kept the books? That's Blasphemy 101. Ash. Dang it.
They were my friends, and they're the best sleep we've had so far. Why would I?
Yeah, someone put your friend to a blasphemous path, and I think I know who. And Henry, what did you find? Because we need to get into that estate.
4 guard dogs, no signs of real people around, and a tree might be able to get us into a window on the 2nd story.
We got that the whole town might be a cult of Diaz's.
Whole town?
There's a remarkable amount of Diaz's apparent.
And
like how many is remarkable?
Most.
Most remarkable.
So far.
Most of the town. Yeah.
Everyone but the drunk. The drunk was not a Diaz.
Even James?
Maybe not him.
Well, dogs are usually pretty bribable, very mercenary in their affections.
They seem pretty well trained, and based on what we've been through with the last couple days, dogs might be more accurate. Didn't really get close enough to check.
Did recently interact with people who had some very affectionate rat loyalties. Well, Juan here didn't seem to care very much for the idea of the library. Ephraim Diaz might have a slightly different opinion on Fernando.
It's funny every time.
Or we can just get a room at the hotel and I can get a proper wash basin. And we wait for them to come and abduct us. I don't know. I'm all but out of idea. I'm very flustered.
I say the library is a pretty good lead if we talk to Ephraim.
And it's relatively nearby, right?
Oh, yeah. It's just down, it's a block away, yeah. Okay. And if you all want to head to the library, that's where we will end the episode and pick up next time. Outros and plugs. Jay, who played Henry Wilcox, a name
Yes.
not Sebastian.
Not Sebastian. Hi, I am Jay. You can follow me on Twitter if you would like to for no particular reason, but that's the thing you can do if you decide. I am mostly here in this. Sorry we had to pre-record this one, guys.
Yeah, it's a real bummer.
It happens.
Yeah. CC, who played Sebastian.
AKA Ash. And I am CC, aka Soup, aka Soupscut on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me if you want to see some sick artwork, because that's what I do. I also made this overlay that has cool, creepy tentacles and water effects. Whee!
Yes, have you liked any of our overlays ever?
It's all me.
It's all soup.
And Marty.
Yes, I'm playing Sebastian Wilcox. I'm MC Haster, and follow me on Twitter.
Ging Maglunok Cthulhu Relay Walking Off Photogin.
Photogin.
You guys are calling all the Cthulhus. I'm Andy Hatton. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Andy Hatton. I mostly just talk about all of the awesome games we have in IMHO. Yeah, and this week on Wednesday, for this, sorry again, it is pre-recorded and not totally live. Wednesday.
The week that this is coming out, that Wednesday.
This Wednesday. I don't even have to think. I mean, I know I do have to think, because normally I don't have to think. But it is pre-recorded.
That's right.
Is a crossover between Task Force Unlikely and 2/3 of the Star Chasers, Hester, and Storm of Stars. And it will maybe be a spooky episode for All Hallows Eve. We'll see.
I can't wait to keep slipping into a southern accent in that one.
I am high-key excited for Lady Caw and Hester to meet.
Yeah.
You get all kinds of new phrases.
Yeah. Oh no. Fate's gonna be our bitch.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, we know what happens.
Yeah.
That's gonna.
And I can change it.
Yes. Oh boy. Yeah, that's gonna be rough.
And you can witness pre-recorded as what we are going to do dawns on our DM.
Oh, son of a bitch. But yeah, we're always here on YouTube and Twitch. Check us out. Check out all these wonderful people. All of the wonderful people. It's a great time. Good time had by all.
Smash that like button. That's a crazy.
Don't forget to ring that bell.
The bell. Comment.
Share it.
Like,
Share.
subscribe.
Tell a friend who has to tell two more friends.
Yeah.
Pyramid scheme.
Subscribe.
That's how we should do it. We should start a pyramid scheme. I'll talk about
Lovecraft and subscribe.
There we go. Have a great night, everybody. Oh boy.